Hello everybody. It's always nice to come back to Bath. It means I can get out of my comfort zone. I have social anxiety and I'm an alcoholic. Those are just 2 facts about me. Has anyone been to Tunbridge Wells? Woo! Woo! Really? I lived in Tunbridge Wells for work for a little while. I wouldn't recommend it. Everywhere shuts at 8, including the dating scene. So, rather than using Tinder and Plenty of Fish and OkCupid and Muslim Meet and Christian Mingle and all the various ones that there are, I decided to search for someone on FetLife. That's a true story. And this is about that. It doesn't have names, Tunbridge Wells. I haven't done this in a while, so I apologise. I didn't realise that 3 fingers deep could refer to anything other than whiskey till I met her. And that's just where her special spot sits, right on my rough cat's tongue, too dry from doing 1 too many hits, and I'm too damn high to give too much of a shit. We kiss. Taste each other like we're trying to gauge one another's palates and trying to figure out which one of us is the kinkiest. As our clothes hit the floor and we belated close the door, the real fun begins. The pace quickens, tongues thicken, and though it's not a race to the finish, I admit I've always prided myself for being something of a cunning linguist. Our bodies are poetry in motion, but biology has got the momentum. Little bites to the ear and kisses to the neck lead into what you'd expect. It's all mouth and tits and tongues, won't stop until we're done, though we do pause for effect. Slightly pull apart, look at one another like fucking is a fine art, till I beckon a finger to get her closer. It's always been a trick that's worked for me so far. I didn't know that not giving a fuck could mean anything other than not caring about an opinion. But having her take me back to the point of no return before pulling me back from the precipice, I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a trick that she missed. She's looking down on me in agony and ecstasy, like she wants to make sure that I'm enjoying this. And I can't help but suspect that maybe she isn't so pure, but hell yeah, I'm enjoying this. Scars on her back spell out appreciation of reciprocity in a raw language written out in the heat of passion. Sweat drenched, we stare at one another, and like we're hard of hearing, we say to one another, come again? Second time round, pick the pace up, and can't move around too much as I'm a little tired up. And I'm starting to think that maybe this girl knows her stuff, and I'm pretty sure I'll still be stinging from a lingering touch. Call that afterglow a fire inside that will burn itself out if we don't douse it in sweats and shouts. Animal noises that give way to crooning sounds and hard, heavy hands that pour against one another become nuzzles and strokes of supplication till we lie exhausted, and she puts her hand to her quivering chest and stares down at this god-awful mess and says, oh, come again. I knew a desperation till she needed to be filled and sated in ways incomprehensible and strange and all but alien. Sure, I finished, but I lied. I was never satisfied. So is that thing? I'm not going to do it. I was thinking over on the bus here about the word slut because I asked for a slut. There is a poem there somewhere, but I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm really unprepared. Instead, I'm going to do an old one, which my boyfriend inspired. He's very handsome, and I didn't actually have to sleep with someone to get a poem written about me, which is a first for me. So this one, I don't know if you've heard it before. If you have, I'm sorry. If you like stuff, then you can go and look at my Facebook page. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You just have to find it yourself. That's how it works. This one's called Sober. I have my coffee strong because I'm not. And I've been keeping strange hours and stranger company as a result. You see, I have been sick for years, and I've always known what the cure was, but I never stopped to take it because the antidote always was take none with nothing but strength and willpower. And the only thing that I knew about strength was how strong to pour my drink, and that was always too strong. See, an alcoholic's lives are measured in minutes and days, and measured in units and regrets in the ways that they could have changed, but didn't, and I can tell you that we will never change. Right now, it's feeling like a Herculean effort not to stay the destructive same, but truth be told, I am more like Ariadne. It's been in the web of my recovery and the strands of my story around those I love and others around me, and as a poet, I know that I should always pick the option that gives me the best story, but I have been slurring this narrative to every bartender in this city for the past 6 years that would listen, and some of those that wouldn't. The verdict is in. The backstory is cliched, the script is shit, and the acting is amateur dramatics at best. So, perhaps it's time to change my tactics. The cold and sober fact is, I'm better off without this. I no longer want to rely on poisons to cripple against inevitability. And all of my friends are fighters, putting on these brave faces just to put up with me, when statistically speaking, I'm just going to let them down. I always used to hear, soon he's going to burn himself out, but I don't see giving up as failing, because that suggests that when drinking I was trying to achieve something, but every alcoholic is a failure. Now, sure, I can't beat your gaze these days, and no, that used to be because I couldn't see straight. Right now it's because I'm suffering from a slight crisis of confidence and faith. And if you want to talk about my insecurities, well, if being drunk is a lock, then being sober is a key. So here is every raw and ruined inch of me. I am so damn tired of being so damn tired. And I am so sick of forgetting who I have loved and who I have fucked, and I no longer want to be a perpetual motion machine, drinking in my questions and pissing out my answers. They tell me when they talk about diseases that they always seem to stop at cancer, never accepting for a second that addiction is anything other than a fiction, but if that's a fact, right, then I have been living too much of my life as a lie. It used to be that when my drink ran out, so did I. You best believe the only shot that I'm interested in taking, right, is this last shot that I have at leading a somewhat sober life. So forgive me if I avoid every offer to avoid my accountability simply because I cannot be counted on. This is my response to irresponsibility. It used to be that the rocks on which I drank my whiskey were the only geological permanence in my life, and how I miss those once rock-solid friends who can no longer let bygones be bygones, and I still can't explain the way the world feels so unsteady sober that I don't have a leg to stand on. I bet they never tell you about the turbulent tremors in the mind of an addict, or the way landslide withdrawal can hit you so fast you feel sick. I bet they never tell you about the responsibilities of the boulders on the shoulders of those who sometimes just wish they didn't have to grow older, though these tremors make my hands look like earthquakes. I'm ready to raise my seismic hands to the skies and tell you that I am done feeling rock bottom. They tell me that it only takes 12 steps, but it's already looking like thousands. I know I'm standing on the tops of shoulders of giants as friends. I'm looking up at the tops of mountains. But they tell me that every journey begins with just a single step, so please let me take my first one here real quick. My name is Sam, and I'm an alcoholic.